Hi guys, Ross here. I'm going to be doing some fire building today, but with a leave no trace ethos. I will show you where I'm going to be doing it. Just give me 1 minute. Guys, that's where I'm going to be doing the wee fire. You can see there I've got some materials I need at the moment. I've got my wee spade. That will become apparent why I've got that. I've got my John Muir book. I've got some tinder. And I have a bushcraft knife and my wee saw. Most important thing I've got here is my first aid kit and a bottle of water in case the fire gets a wee bit out of control. Also, when I'm doing stuff, guys, I like to set up a couple of John Muir quotes. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. And that just kind of keeps me focused. And I've got another one here. Keep close to nature's heart and break clear away once in a while and climb a mountain or spend a week in the woods. Wash your spirit clean. Right, so I shall make a start on that and I'll do it in stages and it'll be wee videos and I'll show you what I'm doing with the spade. Okie dokie. Right guys, what I've done there is I've taken off the top layer. I'm keeping my top layer to put back on top when we're finished. I've taken that off in stages with my wee spade. I've then lined the outside, right, well before I lined the outside I went in and made sure there was not any tree roots or any roots in there that could easily catch fire. I've then lined it with live wood, green wood. What I mean by that is it's not dead yet and it shouldn't catch fire very easily. On the bottom of it there's a wee row small bits of wood. Really the idea of that is to give us a wee bit of a base to get our fire going on. And also air will then travel underneath and help us get the fire going. Right guys, I will get on. Hi guys, me again. I just wanted to show you this as well. You know, we go on about folk go, it's too wet for a fire, this, that and the other. Okay, here we have a wet bit of wood. Okay, rather damp. Yeah. I'm going to get my knife out, but I want to speak to you first about using a bushcraft knife. I'll sit in front of the camera. This, guys, all around here, when I've got a knife, is my safety bubble. Nobody comes into my safety bubble when I'm working using a knife, and the same with you guys. And I want to show you as well, if you're passing the knife to anyone. Okay, I'll just pass it to myself. The knife goes upside down, guys, sharp bit at the top, like that. I then pass my knife to somebody else, and they take it off me. The reason the blade is upside down, if I was to pass it like that, and the next person then just grabbed it out of my hand, it could slice my hand. So it's upside down, very gently. Thank you very much indeed. Once again, this is my safety bubble. Right, back to the wood. Right, wet bit of wood, folk go on about how, you know, it's wet wood, we can't get a fire going. But guys, inside a bit of wood is dry kindling, yeah? And I think you saw how I used my knife there, yeah? So this knife is a tool, one of the most handiest things I'll have in the outdoors, yeah? But keep it sharp. Nothing worse than a blunt knife, because well not having it. And you can see by what I'm using another bit of wood just to chap down. And there we go. I would have dry kindling. You can also make things such as, you know, you can do that, you can make a feather stick, well, a bit smaller, but I'll show you that at other points. Okay, so you can always get a fire going. Doesn't matter if there's wet wood, if it's all wet lying around, what you'll find is the wood is dry on the inside. Remember your safety bubble when working with knives. Really, really important. And remember, it's a tool. One of the most important tools I take in the outdoors with me. Right guys, I will now get some sticks and that together and some tinder, kindling. Right, I've been out and wandered around and picked up some kindling, different sizes, and also I've got my own tinder. I'll explain to you about my tinder in a wee minute. Maybe a wee second. Right guys, I've got my tinder there. I'll show you what that is, and my bit of flint and steel that I'm going to use to get the fire going. Anyway, in there you have stuff I've harvested, I collect just over the seasons, walking about really. I've got some dried birch, I've got some thistle heads, I've got a whole selection of stuff there. Yeah. Thistle heads are great for getting fires going, yeah. So is the birch. But when you're harvesting thistle heads, when it's the right time of year, don't take them all, guys. Just take a couple of bits here and there, yeah. And then the thistle will still be there next year. Okay. I've also collected different sizes of wood. Nothing worse than getting a fire going and realising you don't have any wood to stick on it. And you run about frantically trying to get some. You can see that I've got my different sizes. Once the fire's going, start with the wee match-like ones, build up a bit bigger, and then there, and then obviously I'm just building a wee fire. If you wanted it to keep going and you wanted some further logs, then obviously you'd have bigger bits of wood. Yeah, so my next stage is going to be getting the flint and steel sorted. And hello Jim. You know guys, I like just having a wee fire. There's a really good quote, I think it's North American Indians used it, and they say that the white man builds a big fire, sits far away, whereas the Indians, they build a small fire and sit real close. Really like that quote. Right guys, here we go. I've got my wee bit of, it's actually a magnesium strip in there, and I've got my broken bit of hacksaw blade. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I shall be sparking into the fire. I don't know if you can see that sparks on there. Yeah, could a wee bitty. I'm going to spark into my bit of kindling, my tinder, and let's see how long it takes to get going. We're actually not bad. I'm going to keep all this going. Put in the little wee bits first, guys. Keeping that up and running. Okay, I'm going to add some more of my tinder, which is dried birch. Pop that on there. That'll keep going nicely. Put that in there, guys. I don't know how many sparks that was, but now I'm going to add some of the bigger bits. We'll keep going. There we go, and you can see I'm just building it up, building it up. Okie dokie, and then I'm going to go for some bigger bits. Okie dokie, like I said earlier on as well, if I wanted a big fire, I would have big bits of wood, big logs and that. But I'm not one for big fires, I quite like them small. And I can sit real close and keep cosy. Get my cup of tea on there when it gets going and generally have fun. I've got my water here, just in case things got out of hand or I set myself on fire. Highly unlikely, but you never know. I've also got my first aid kit. The only tools I've needed, oh it's quite cosy to be honest with you. The only tools I've needed have been my flint and steel. So my spade, my tinder, some wood that I found lying around, my saw, which I'll show you, it folds away nicely, comes out, and my knife, wherever I've laid that. Anyway, that's all I've needed to get this going, guys, and that's it, nice and cosy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it out, but I will go and get organised for that. Right, I've got all the stuff I need now to put it out, but to be honest with you, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this bit of heat for a while. It's lovely, it really is nice. Right, what do you think? Sit and watch it for a while? Yeah, why not? Also, an important thing to think about as well when you're getting your fire together is to look up too. I've got totally clear above me. I don't have any trees or anything like that, anything that could catch fire. There's nothing dry. There's a wee bit there hanging down. Get rid of that. Let's just enjoy that fire for a bit. Watch the flames. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer watching a fire than I do watching the telly. I should have taken a packet of marshmallows. Right guys, I'm just going to sit here now. I'm going to turn the video off, but I'm just going to let it burn down a bit, or burn down, and then what I'll do is I'll show you how we put it out properly, make sure it's out properly, and leave the area as we found it. Leave no trace. Right folks, I've gone back to my fire, and let's pretend it's morning. I've camped all night. My fire's still smouldering away, but I need to leave. Yeah. So what I want to do now is put this out. I have my water, so if you've got some water, just pour it on. Making sure it's out, guys, really important. Everything's out in there. Yeah. If you don't have any water and you're on your own, then use your imagination. Right, so the fire's out. I shall leave that for a minute and then I'll go back to it, make sure it's out, and I'll show you how we finish it off, leaving no trace. Right guys, I'll come back again at my fire here. I'm just going to make sure it's out now. You can see it's all just charcoal in there. Yeah, it's all well out. I'm just making sure no one else has caught fire. You'll notice as well that the green wood, the live wood, didn't catch it all. Right, so what I would do is, making sure this is all out, having a look, picking up my charcoal, and it's bone dry guys, bone dry, got to be bone dry. And then I'm just chucking that different directions. Yeah, not all in the same place, different places. I'll then take my wood off, chuck that over there, still got some charcoal in there. Interesting, a bit of porcelain's come up. Right there. Right, I'll switch off again guys, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it back in. I'm going to put my top layer back on and then cover it all up again, and you won't even know I've been here having a fire. See you soon. Right, there you go folks. Same area, camera hasn't moved. You couldn't even tell I've been there. Right, there goes your wee fire lesson for today. Right, take care folks, and I will see you all soon.